Hey everyone, Merry Christmas. Jamie from Chucker Fly. Going to tie up one of my new patterns. I'm doing it for fly swap for PNW fly fishing. It is the, I'm calling it the, let's grab a good one here. So I can try and get a good angle here. It is, I'm calling it the Muddlett. It's basically sculpin pattern. Got a big zonker strip in there, orange with the green deer hair. Lots of flash in there. A little bit of red in the front. It's going to show some gills and some squiggly legs there, rubber legs. Yeah, calling it party in the back, business in the front. Sort of a muddlet, or a mullet. Pretty cool pattern. We'll tie it up here. I've already sort of head started on the shank. So I'm using a shank. This is OPST shank. I believe it's 32 mil, 35 or 32 mil. A big bright orange brass bead on the front. And I've tied in some firewire here. And also crazy glued it in. I'm tying a bunch of them. I like to sort of do it ahead of the time. Allows me to sort of get it done, the glue to dry, all that there. Just zoom in here. So I always usually tie with nano silk. I'm going to leave this front part bare here. Just easier to spin the deer hair. So I'm going to start my nano silk on here. Just going to reseat my shank there a bit. To the back here. Got brand new scissors here for Christmas. This is going to be the first snip with them. Oh, nice and sharp. I like those ones. These are my old scissors. They are quite dull. I'm going to have to find a place to maybe sharpen them. Use them for something else for wires. But new set that I've got, it's got these little guys here and nice little spot in there. Sorry you can't see. But in there, you can use it for cutting wires. So I can keep those handy as well. First off, I'm going to get the rabbit strip tied in. It is crawfish barred rabbit strip. Nice section here. I'm going to tie it in right here, but then I'm also going to have it come back here and it's going to get tied in with the hook when I do the hook. So I want it to be long enough to grab it. It's going to be right about there's going to be perfect. Let my fingers here. Find a good spot. Pulling the hair forward. Get it tied in. So I had some tools put away there here. I'm just going to pick out this the hair that's trapped in there best I can. Get a few more wraps, make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get in there on the other side. I want it to sort of stay put, so I'm going to grab some more crazy glue. Just put a dab in there. Just going to help keep it where I want it. take that back here, sort of get into my clip here. Keep that out of the way. So next step here is I'm going to do a dubbing loop here. I'm going to use a base of Peacock Ice Dub. So a composite loop here, and it's going to be my body here. So a little more here. Got a good size pinch here. Basically, when you do a composite loop, it's good to sort of break it apart here. You're trying to get the fibers all the same length. You can't really see it, but on my bench here, I'm going to spread them out. And using this Flashaboo here. Sort of a crazy color here. It's a bit of a mess. I'm just going to lay that down on my my dubbing. I'll show it to you guys in a second once I've sort of built it. Then what I'm going to do is take some more dubbing. I'm going to lay that down on top, and it's sort of going to be like Velcro, hold it all in. I'm going to build the next part. I want sort of some red at the front because it's a sculpin fly. It's going to look a little sort of like gills is sort of the idea. I just need a little tiny bit. I don't need a whole lot. Just a little bit. Lay that down. And I'm going to use this ice dub just down on front of it. Let's give it a little more flash in there. Just a little pinch. Just going to lay it in there. Maybe just a little bit more, not a whole lot. And then another small pinch of red dubbing. And lay that down. Okay. Mentioned it before, big fan of D-loop pliers. You could also use like a clamp, a potato chip clamp, or something else. I'm just going to slide it all in, and it's going to pick up my whole dubbing brush here. You can sort of see it here. So, build my my loop here. Just a basic dubbing loop here. Got a loon. Need sort of a heavy spinner for these here. They're nice to have. A loon makes a good one. OPST makes a great one. Yeah, something sort of, I like them sort of short, easy to spin. What's nice about this loon one is it doesn't roll off the table. I've got an older one that was round, it was heavy, it was good, but it just always rolled off. So I'm going to grab my thing I've waxed already and just slide it in here. And I've got it in my loop, ready to spin. Just going to position it how I want it. Pinch here at the bottom here, sorry, so you can see what I'm doing here, and spin like crazy. So you can't see it, it's out of camera here, but my dubbing loop is with a real good spin here. Basically, you want to spin it to a point where the thread is just about to break, but you don't want it to break. Okay, so I'm going to undo the pinch here, and it's going to spin. I'm going to use my D-loop pliers. What's great about these is you can also use them to sort of pick stuff out. And basically, just keep it spinning here, grabbing all the trap material. A little bit of dubbing here. And I'm going to try spinning it again here. This time I'm going to go back in with a brush. I got this brush at a sort of fly fishing swap meet or whatever. I think it's a gun cleaning brush, but works great. It's got sort of a stiff end and then sort of like a toothbrush end. So depends how aggressive you want to be. That looks good to me. Just going to move my thread up front here. And I'm just going to wrap it in like a body here. Sort of stroke it back as I wrap it. Sort of try to not have too much trapped in there. I'm going to hit it with a brush again when I'm all done. Just a little bit of red at the front there. That looks good. Tie it off. Stroke it back there a bit. Tie it in. Make sure it's good and secure. Looks good. Now I'm going to hit it with my brush here again. Get everything that got trapped in. I also want a nice and bushy. Lots of flash showing through. Beauty. I like that. All right, next I'm going to grab the rabbit here and bring it forward and tie it in. Struggling to get it where I want it. Go, like I'm happy there. Get in there with my scissors. Cut it off. And make sure it's wrapped in. Nice and tight there. Perfect. Awesome. Next step is grab some rubber legs here. Just need 2 of them, so I'm going to have 1 each side. Basically, I'll just tie it in right in half and sort of have 2 legs on each side here. And I've got them in, and I'm just going to wrap them back and hold them in. Perfect. Got to be careful with these rubber legs. You can't wrap them too tight with the nano silk. You'll cut them. They just end up breaking. So just gonna again wrap this one here. Sorry, struggling here. Have it come back. And again, not too tight, but just make sure that they're going to stay where you want them. Perfect. All right, next step is going to build the deer hair in the front there. So I'm going to get a good clump here, using all of deer hair. For this, I'm going to use a deer hair stacker. What it does is aligns all the tips the same length. Just going to make a good looking sort of wing on this fly here. I just bounce it off the table a few times. It's going to sort of compact all of the tips down so they'll be the same length. You can open them up here. Just pinch them here. They're all pretty close. I'm going to grab it here. I'm just going to sort of pull the short ones out here. And then come on the back here and just sort of clean up. There's a bit of fuzz in there and whatnot. All right. Put it right on there. Just got to get these, take these rubber legs back and just lock them away in my my clip there. Perfect, out of the way. So wrapping with deer hair, I'm going to sort of loosely wrap once and then twice, and now I'm going to pull down, and it's sort of going to help splay it all out. Perfect. And just sort of give it a couple security wraps there. Move my thread forward. Nice and bushy, going every which direction. That's good. Now I'm going to build the deer hair front. So I don't need to stack this next clump. If you've got like a section that's already been cut, it's a long hair, but I want sort of a good amount of this. Just trying to find a good spot to grab from here. And this one's going to one I'm actually going to sort of grab in there and spin. The way I do this is I say I don't really care the lengths. I like the tips going that way. I just find it's easier to cut here. I've got a good gap in there. Again, 2 loose wraps. And then I'm going to pull down and it's going to spin. Oh, and I broke my thread. Not a big deal. That happens when you're should be able to save it all here. One of the reasons I use nano silk is it doesn't break that often, but obviously it does still break. Just gonna get the thread back in here. Let's get some security wraps in there. Good, we're back in business. All right, find my whip finisher. I'm sort of going to place the deer hair where I want it. Sometimes when you spin that other one, that toppling goes, especially with this this nano silk, it's slippery sometimes. And let's lock this puppy in here. Okay. Sorry, I just got to grab my waist spin. It's over here. Oh. I've got one of the curved Winchester Wilkinson blades here. You find them at most drugstores. Real nice to sort of shape your deer hair and sort of push back on it, trim it. Basically sort of make a nice sort of scalp and head. You can use razors, you can use scissors, whatever you like. I just find it's easier to shape with this. You go as bushy as you like. You can trim it as short as you like. Just get the head that you like. Just finishing up with some scissors here. I like these new scissors, they're nice and sharp. Got them from Tungsten Carbide Scissors. They're from Togan online shop in, I believe they're Vancouver, BC, or the Fraser Valley anyways, that area. Came in a nice little set here. Don't order much fly tying material online, but tools and that such, there's some good stuff out there. Just having a look. I think it's a little too bushy. I'm going to sort of trim a little further back here. There it is there. Okay. So next I'm going to put this trailer hook in. My desk is a mess. I had them on my desk here. I don't know what I do with them. I'm using it's a Gammy size 4. Just don't know what I do with them. They are here somewhere though. I apologize, my desk is a mess at the moment. Check to see if they fell on the floor. Here they are. They're under my vase. Gammy barbless size 4. Use them for sort of trout. You know, it's still decent for a bigger fish. You know, you're looking for a big brown. You know, if you're going for steelhead, I'd use a size 2 probably. But I'm going to rig this is just put the firewire down through here. Pull that right down to the base. Going to come up. Now what I'm going to do is I want to feed the rabbit through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a twist. Run it back over top. Then I'm going to twist it again. Usually I take it off the vise to do this, but my sausage fingers aren't working too well here. And I get a little loop here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run the rabbit zonker through it. Here we go. And then I'm going to pull that hook back. I'm just going to draw everything tight. So I'm not happy where the rabbit is sitting at the moment, so I'm going to take it off and deal with it here. Some of that crazy glue got on the... Sort of like that hook pointing up there, so I'm just sort of getting it where I'm all happy with it. Here we go there. Get in there with my bodkin, or in this case my D-loop pliers, and just pick some of the hair out that got trapped. There you have it. Might grab my scissors and just, again, now that I've got it out of the vise, trim it up a bit. And that's it. Again, I'm calling it the Muddlett. You know, muddler, mullet, party in the back, business in the front. Essentially, I've just created it's a OPST, or I guess what it's, I think it's farmer. Farmer's graboid leech. And then I just put a muddler head on the front. He just wraps a strip of zonker around it, creates sort of that front. But Chucker Fly, we're all about the muddlers, so we try to tie a muddler out of everything. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.